Hello guys, it's simply being Dan and welcome back to another video. Today we are trying out something new. We're doing a voiceover of a gameplay of me playing Call of Duty Warzone. So we've just jumped out and I'm heading to storage, but I instantly realised that there's somebody dropping with me. So I decide that I'm going to not go for the scavenger because somebody's beating me to it, and I bail out and I decide to jump on this crate here. Luckily I was able to get a decent-ish gun that was fully automatic. I think it's PKM, and I used the mini-map to realise that there's people, you know, pretty much on this corner. Now when I'm playing solos, I use the mini-map and I play quite aggressively. So I notice instantly, so I get shot here and I peek again, and the guy runs around the corner and he beams me. So not a great start. And we go straight to the gulag.
You're in the gulag now.
What is not always great. So we're in the gulag and we're just chilling. So the channel's been doing really well recently, guys. And on our latest video, we've almost hit 200 views, what is amazing. I finally started to understand the thumbnail and title situation of YouTube, so hopefully that will mean wonders to us. So yeah, please like and subscribe to this video. It does mean a lot, and hopefully a lot more content coming soon. I decided to play a solo game of Warzone, as this was 2 days after the 60,000 ban, and I was hoping that I'd be able to have a better experience. So in the gulag, I always pre-aim, see him through there, and quite luckily get the final hits. So I then do the casual thing, pull the parachute, open the map, see where I am, and see where I can drop. So I'm thinking, there's not really much going for me, so I just decide to drop straight down. But I decide to have another quick look, and I'm like, there's a scavenger there, and it instantly gets taken. And that's when I realise, I'm like, oh, fuck, what am I going to do? So I just drop straight down and decide to hopefully pick up some decent loot. So I just glide down. And I'm like, right, I've got to find myself some good loot. And I go into this, and this dude has a complete bar, and I'm able to get him with a pistol. And to be fair, he didn't have bad loot. He has the FFR, and I forget what the other gun is. And I was able to pick up some plates there. I decided that I want to swap out the FFR for the car. And then I'm like, right, what am I going to do? I decide to jump out. And this is where then I start to play a bit more tactically, but still being quite aggressive so that the gameplay is not boring. So I've also had quite a lot of interaction on my socials, and people have been asking me how I record. I record using an OBS, and every now and again try to use NVIDIA, but OBS is the thing that I use 9 times out of 10. If you want me to show you my how I record videos, give this video a like, and I'll if I get enough likes, I'll do how I record, best settings in OBS for 2021. And sort of go through the best things to do for setups, from mid, low and high, depending on what type of build you have. So I instantly check the circle here now, and I'm like, I need to potentially get a couple more plates and get myself engaged. The dude that I killed would have been pissed because he just, he panicked. I only had a pistol. Luckily, I was able to clip him. And then here, in a second, I get myself in a bit of a pickle, really. So yeah, we're doing something new. I hope that you guys are enjoying the voiceover, and I explain the way that I play Warzone. I'm not the greatest player in the world, and I will totally admit that. But also haven't played due to the amount of hackers. Have started playing Apex Legends. So hopefully going to have a couple videos on that soon. I've also had a couple. So quickly going back to the gameplay. I get shot in the back here. And I'm like, right, what am I going to do? So I peek. I can't see where he is. I can't see. I can see the bullets there, but I can't see where he is. So I decide to dip. It's not worth me getting involved in. I'm going to fall back. And then I'm going to wait for him to come across, because I thought that's where he would come from. And then leave myself in an open situation here from the back. But I was thinking that not many people will be looking back in. I see that he did an explosion into the building. Then I'm thinking, right, he's going to jump out the window that I just jumped out of. So I'm sort of waiting for him to jump out. And I'm aiming all about, just trying to see where he is. Don't see nothing. And then as I peek this corner here, I see that he jumped out. But I didn't want to take any shots there because, you know, I couldn't get the confirmed kill. And that's all I sort of roll with. I decided to just jump in this building here. No, I decided to roll around here, check the perimeter. Decide to jump in there, realise that I can't. But then what I wanted to do is I wanted to... Oh, I see the truck. And I see the guy jump out, and I know that there's a shop there. I for some reason, tried to aim through the fence. Realise that he's... So at this point, I just thought, fuck it, I'm going for it. And so they shot me. They were to the left. I was then able to, luckily, hip fire and catch them. Swap it, and then realise that this is not the gun for me. Swap back. And from that point on, I then move into the circle. Because I'm thinking, right, I need to make sure that... I then go back on myself because I'm like, shit, I haven't got no plates. But I'm thinking to myself, I've got to move soon because I know that there's another person nearby. For the pure fact of they shot at me, and I didn't think that was the same person. But now looking back, it could have been the same person. So I decided to make an early dash to the other side because I don't want to leave it too late. Because if I left it too late, it would have just put myself in stupid times trying to get across with the circle coming in. Realised that I can't parkour anything. And then just thought, fuck it. I'm jumping. I'm going to run around and jump here. So I go the long way around. And then I realise my loadout drops coming. And I only see one box, which means there's only me nearby. If not, there would have been more of them. So this is my PC account, and I have an Xbox account. So I don't have all of the guns that I would normally use, like the Growl. I've got the Xbox account is the full game, and I didn't want to link them because I still wanted to have two separate accounts. So I've only got a kilo, but it's pretty maxed out to be fair. And I decide that I'm going to just go for the chests and see what I can do, if I can get a bit more money, make sure that I've got enough plates and things like that. I decided to jump on the roof and look back into the area where I come from. And literally, no word of a lie, I literally just see somebody in the corner of my eye when I look back over there. So I decide to zoom in again shortly. So I check in all my surrounding areas. Then I decide to check back into the circle. And literally, I'm like, oh shit, there's a dude there. Because he's not zoomed, because he wasn't moving, I was able to get the clean headshot and finish him off. And then I was thinking he was looking down the river, so maybe he'd spotted somebody. So I do a quick check again to make sure that nobody's going to check his loot. I then move across here. And then I look down the river because I'm thinking he was looking down the river. So there must be somebody that he was looking at. But I have a quick glance and decide not to peek it and to get myself into circles sooner rather than later. So there's currently 51 people involved. I've got 4 kills right now. You know, I'm not doing nothing crazy, but also not doing too bad considering I was killed in my first fight. I get myself in circle and then I realise that I'm a bit open. I've not really got much cover. I'm thinking I'm a bit fucked here. So I'm thinking, right, what's going to be best for me? So I do the most stupidest thing ever. I'm looking across because, you know, you've always got to be looking. As you can see, like, my mouse movement isn't great because I'm not that great at the game. I'm also trying to parkour over things that I can't jump over. But I decide that I'm going to try and get myself into a better position. I'm using rocks as cover, checking certain buildings, making sure that nobody's in there. And just checking certain areas as I go across it. I think that there might be people in them windows. So I decide that I'm just going to, you know, look behind me, see if anybody's come in. I get confused about what these things are doing because they just stop mid-air. So I have a bit of zoom in and then realise that they're doing their thing and we're waiting to be despawned. I then realised that nobody's really doing anything, so I decided to go back to my sniper and have a quick look behind me. And just having a, you know, just glancing at where I was just to make sure that nobody's coming in from the gas. Because when you get into circle early, like I've done to save myself a run, you leave yourself open behind for people that are running in with the gas. So I just checking all of my surrounding areas, checking the houses, checking the areas where I come from, looking at trees because there's a lot of them. And I decide that I'm going to move in a second because I'm too open, he says. I'm still a bit paranoid about people behind me, so I'm looking behind me, I'm checking behind me, I'm checking to the right, I'm checking to the left. I decide that I'm going to make a break for it, and that break for it is going to be running to this crate at the bottom here, into this house, get myself another crate, pick up the cash, ammo's full, and then jump out again, jump into this building, get another crate, get my shield replenished, and then I'm like, right, what am I going to do now? I'm going to run over here, and I'm like, you know what? I've made up my mind that I am going to climb the shit out of this. So I climb the shit out of this. And it takes a long time, and I left myself very vulnerable climbing this. It was a very silly decision in the end, I think. I could have, you know, hunted more people down, played a bit more aggressive. But I decided to get an overview, got myself on the wrong side of the ladder as well, but definitely didn't help. So and then I get myself to the top, and I just decide to check the gas that's coming in. So I was thinking that there might be a few more people that would be coming in from behind me, but that really wasn't happening. And I was being I was being tracked now. So I was a little bit paranoid. Thought like if I give myself the advantage of seeing where people are, I might be able to do myself a little bit of justice. And then when the circle moves in and I realise that it's a bit of a trek, I then dip out the side here. Oh, I can see some shots going on, so I check over here. And then the game sort of like renders, and I don't see anybody that is majorly obvious to me. So I decide that I'm going to make a jump for it, and then go for this building here, play on the sides. So because he had only just hit me and I used the mini-map perfectly, I was then able to realise that he was there, and for some reason when I started shooting him, he did not move. He just stayed there. It was massive for me getting that kill. I was able to peek over, use the mini-map to my advantage, and then I was able to then advance onto his things, pick up his loot, pick up the armor satchel. So I was fully loaded, and then I was able to then make a decision on what I was going to do. Sorry if I just made a massive noise, I just smashed my hand against the mic. And then I was thinking, right, if I get into myself where it's a bit dense, I might be able to then get into myself a bit more cover. So I opened myself here. I should have shut the door. Thinking about it now, I should have definitely shut the door. And then I do this jump onto the ladder. And then when I look across, I realise that, you know, not much is going on. I'm literally running straight through the middle. of a lot of these things, not getting shot. There's now 29 people. I've got 5 kills, so I'm not doing great, but I'm also not doing horrendous. So I decided to run up the sides here and, you know, take as much cover as I can, and then put myself at massive risk, turning my back on everything, jumping straight across, getting myself into this building here. But then I decided to run round the building to get myself on the better side of the circle.
Enemy UAV overhead.
There's a lot of UAVs, and you know, one thing that I wish I'd done more was with the money that I had by UAV. I had 12,000, soon to be more. I've now got like 14,000, I think that is. I can't see because I'm not zoomed in enough. But I decided to have a minute here and have a think. I'm like, right, well, I'm going to peek. And then I'm checking the surrounding buildings that are in front of me. And I don't see anybody in the windows. I don't see anybody running anywhere. But then what does happen is I'm checking to my right. And then I come around here. I'm obsessed with crates. I do get a self-revive, which does help me out massively in a second. But then I'm thinking about ways that I can move out for when things are getting sticky, and how I can maneuver around.
Enemy UAV
So
overhead.
what happens here is that I see that there's a UAV, or I hear that there's a UAV. I'm then trying to listen out for things, and I'm just looking around, just trying to pick out enemies. And then I see that there was a car behind me, make sure that I've got everything, and I decided to not do the supply room because that would be stupid. But then what I decided to do is have a peek out here again, and then I spot the guy. I think that I've got him, and I'm like, spot on. Realise that he's got a sniper. He takes out all of my shields. So then I'm like, right, he's now got me here, because then I see him with the laser, and I'm thinking, right, he's got me.
Moving in. New safe zone located.
And when I get the shot on here, and I think, perfect, I got him. He headshots me. So my advantage is gone. Because I did have him, my advantage is completely gone. He knows that I've got self-revive because he wouldn't have got the XP. So he knows that I'm still alive. And I can see him shooting on the minimap. So I decide that I'm going to move round to my left here. And I check across. And I can then, all of a sudden, I check across and I don't see nothing. And then I see a recon happening. And I decide to push the building. However, when I push, right when he uses thermite, he then also uses a shotgun and kills me. So it did not go well. And that is the end of the video. If you've enjoyed, subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. It's been your Dan Simply Being Dan. It's been your boy Simply Being Dan. Peace out.